So we're going to talk about 7 altcoins you should be looking at in a possible altcoin crash. Remember the word there, possible. Let's find out what they are. So hi everyone, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe, hit the bell button, like, comment, share this out. I get asked this a lot, what to buy, when to buy. People obviously do the old element of buying certain things like Ethereum here at the top. So, oh, Ethereum looks really bullish. I'm going to buy the fucking thing. Be careful with that. So make sure you understand how trends work. This is showing a downtrend, as you can see. We've got top, lower low, lower high, lower low, hello. What does that mean? Well, it probably means we're going to pop up into this region here. Possible structure in and around, maybe even here as well, which would be even better. And then obviously continue going down. It's a downtrend. So the reason why this video is here is because of altcoins are showing bearish trends. Simple as that. I know there's people on YouTube and Twitter going, buy the dip. Don't just buy the dip when you're in a downtrend, because you're going to find yourself being hurt. You only buy dips in an uptrend. Fucking get it right, man. Anyways, enough of my frustrations. Also, link above in terms of if you want to buy actually, you know, if you want to learn stuff. And I mean serious learning, accredited education, buy into courses where you physically learn something that is accredited and regulated, taught by me. Ha! Unlucky. Anyways, enough of that. Let's talk about the charts, because today is a day where you're probably going to see probably about 45% of my holdings anyways, because realistically I only share what I like. You know, if something on my channel is on there, it's because probably I've either hate it or I'm invested in it. Simple as that. So we're going to go over 7 altcoins that I may or may not be invested in at the current time, but I will be looking to jump into, because I feel if the market gets bearish enough, I'll probably buy it anyways. Like Ethereum, that is number 1. The reason why I'm saying Ethereum number 1, I've been critical. If you follow me on Twitter, link by the way, jump in, hello. I put a tweet out and it got a lot of response. I basically said, I didn't get any opposition neither. I was surprised. I got like a lot of likes and people were like, yeah. I went, Ethereum is dog shit, right? And at the current time, it is. I bought into some Uniswap playbook kind of coins for a laugh the other day. Expensive. It's a problem. But that being said, if Ethereum goes down to $100 levels, right, and you're probably thinking, no. But let's just say that $150 level here, this weekly level from the past, is hit, right? I'll buy it. I'll buy a couple of Ethereum. I'll probably buy about 20 or 30 Ethereum just to sit on for life, right? Not so much for life, but in my opinion, the reason why I'm doing this video is because I see Ethereum, if it goes down to $150, maybe even lower, it's a banker to make at least 3 or 4 times my money. If I put 5 grand in that, I'll probably make 20 grand out of it. Simple as that, right? That's the purpose of this video. So we're going to explain why. As I just said, don't buy the dip that keeps on dipping. Wait and be strategic. The reason why I'm saying this is because, 1, a little top tip, if you are an investor and you're like, I want to buy a coin, shit, X, Y, and Z and whatever has gone to the moon, it's gone up 500%. I've missed the boat. Oh, don't just buy it. All you need to do is do 2 things. 1, mark out weekly structure levels and see where the key levels are on the weekly time frame. If we go to the weekly time frame, you'll see it. How obvious are they? Obvious level, you know, obviously lower you could go, but look for the obvious levels where things have stopped turning around, the kind of good stuff, right? That's learning point number 1. If you're trading it, fair enough, it's a different kettle of fish. But if you're an investor, obviously, if you do the swing low, swing high of this level, put a bit of confluence with your Fibonacci as well. The reason why I'm saying this is obvious. You got $245. Where would you rather buy? $327 or $245? Well, you'd probably pick $245. Confluence there, potential buy order. But as I say, there's a weekly level down here. Why not go for it? You know, if your orders don't fill, it doesn't matter. You know, you're not going to miss the boat, especially if you've been waiting from up here. I mean, people go, wrecked. Well, how am I wrecked when I'm actually just waiting for an order? If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But ultimately, you should always have your eyes on the prize. If you see a market reversal and a change in direction, and you were looking at buying in, you were looking at buying up here at $500, and actually you can get a better price down at like $230, maybe even $200. Win. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Anyways, let's talk about these coins, because obviously the first one is Ethereum. All right, mentioned it already. If Ethereum goes to a certain price point, I will hit the trigger. I will buy a chunk of it. I won't buy mega loads. I will buy some, as potentially as, you know, in my opinion, are probably a solid banker for the long term. Even though there's issues with it, even though it's slow, sluggish, it's really expensive, all kinds of, you know, ultimately it's a money maker, right? So Ethereum, pretty much covered it on the chat. But the next one as well, controversial, is XRP. Why? You're probably thinking, well, you're a fucking loser. Well, for me, I think this will go further down, right? Simple as that. But I also look at what it's used for and how it's kind of used in the regulation side of it. And I think this as well, if this goes down to a certain price point, as in like 10 cents, 12 cents, 14 cents levels, right? As in a potential bear market, and this does get used in the long term, this, in my opinion as well, I think this could go up in price as well compared to where it, you know, I'm not saying it's going to go up to like what some people, XRP people say, oh, it's going to go to $10. No. Even if this goes up from like, say, down to, I don't know, let's just say 15 cents, right? Random number. Let's just say it does retrace a good amount. I always think that XRP will always achieve 50 cents to potentially up to $1 as well, minimum. And I say that again, buying the dip is good when you are buying basically the crash. If it goes low enough, you know that the average mean of any sort of bull rally or whatever with Bitcoin and stuff like that, XRP just floats up alongside it. It's a money maker. It allows you to get in. This is why you buy low. Simple as that. The next one as well, this is a relatively new one. People who watch my channel will know this. Polkadot, right? Simple. Polkadot is simple. It is going to probably be the most lean competitor to the likes of Ethereum. Now, it's relatively new, it's untested, it's got a lot of speculative sort of value. I personally feel this is going to correct lower than what it is now, even though it's been already at $6.50, now $4.15. I think it'll go lower. But you got to think as well, Ethereum, they've got all kinds of stuff going on in the Polkadot ecosystem for like fundraising and stuff like that. I personally believe banking on Ethereum, you should also bank on DOT, in my opinion. When you look at the market cap, 3.5 billion. Look at Ethereum, for example, which is currently, bear with me, 36 or 30, 37 almost. So you potentially got a 10x there alone if it goes and competes and rises up with it. In a bull run, we know what happened with Ethereum. It went crazy. I've got a feeling that Polkadot will be the exact same. Better infrastructure, the way it works. Better way of fundraising, in my opinion, as well, the way it locked up. So there's all kinds of like little things thinking, well, actually, I want something that's a big market cap coin that's undervalued that could compete with something bigger. Well, Polkadot is definitely that one. Moving on into real use cases is obviously VeChain, right? If people are like looking at things that have got a real use case in the real life sector of, you know, basically anything, supply management, counterfeit goods, the black market, all kinds of stuff. VeChain is one of those ones that have real established partners. Now, I don't know in terms of price action where this will go in the future. It's one of those ones where it could be a black swan. It could go absolutely ballistic because of X, Y, and Z companies are using it and it's used through their blockchain. Now, when I'm saying investors, this is the sort of thing that should be in your portfolio. Not just VeChain alone, real application usage, right? Real companies using these products, right? That, in my opinion, is why I got into cryptocurrency, is allowing companies to use the likes of blockchain and stuff like that in a good, sensible manner. VeChain is one of them, right? So definitely on my list in terms of a potential dip long term, in my opinion. I still think this is majorly undervalued, in my honest opinion, in terms of what it is, in terms of the partnerships and how it works. It has came down quite a bit. It's not too far away from its return of investment levels. It's all right, and it's one of those ones with genuine big partners, and I have covered this in more detail on other videos. So moving on into the other one, obviously Zilliqa. You're probably thinking I cover this a lot, but you've got to look at the likes of Ethereum, Polkadot, Cardano, all those coins that have an ecosystem. This again, enterprise solutions, an ecosystem, whatever you want to call it, a platform. It's obviously payments, all kinds of stuff, right? But it's fast. It's got sharding. It's alive now, essentially. Staking's coming as well. Obviously, staking's also coming on the likes of Ethereum. It'll be a hot thing next year, I think. But for me, overall, this is more of a value proposition of development, enterprise. Enterprise solutions is obviously big business, stuff like that, going onto their blockchains. If it is fast, if it is cheap, if it is also scalable, people are going to go, ooh, hello, I like the idea of that. The chances are the market cap of this will probably increase quite drastically depending on who goes on it. They've already got unstoppable domains on there. Binance have also got a big, massive chunk of it in terms of their stablecoin. So there's all kinds of good stuff coming in the long term for this, as well as ZilSwap. So just be careful with the likes of that. If you've done your research and you know what Uniswap is and like how the Ethereum network's been battered by that, well, this is going to get ZilSwap faster, cheaper, and obviously, most importantly, it is scalable. Who knows what could happen with Zilliqa in the future? Buy the dip, in my honest opinion. Moving on into the next one, payment and finance. I've mentioned it briefly with XRP, but this is a protocol to allow you to do payments yourself as a merchant, or most importantly, to use it as an individual on certain websites, obviously. I think personally the route to adoption is through this method, not through stupid food coins on DeFi. It is literally real use application. Getting your phone, for example, tapping it on a screen, boom, in a shop, normal use case, boom. That is the way to get to the masses, in my opinion, not through people trading, not through people investing in the likes of, I don't know, sushi or hot dog coin, whatever, right? That is real use application, stuff that your granny can use, right? That is what we want. We want people to realize that this is actually currency, this actually has a use case, and Utrus is one that, in my opinion, is a leading light on this one, and definitely got some great partnerships, one to look out for. Currently accumulating this, so I am looking to rebuy low. I sold at profit about 14 cents. I'm currently waiting to jump back in again. Fingers crossed it goes lower, but in my honest opinion, I think if you're an investor in the space and you like the crypto space as a technology side of it, and you want people to use it, well, Utrus should be one of the ones that you should be looking at, in my honest opinion, because it's a currency at the end of the day. And lastly, something that I've not really covered before is Centivate. Reason why I'm saying buy this in a dump is because it is a wild card. It is also got real good fundamentals in terms of how it's used, in terms of the decentralization of the websites and web. Obviously, all kinds of issues. It has a huge supply. It has a very small market cap, but ultimately, it's been really high and hyped up. And this is the sort of thing, buy the dip before people really know about it. And again, it's not very well known. And ultimately, one thing about this as well, it's only on KuCoin. Now, you're probably thinking, well, why am I mentioning this? Well, it's got a real application. Websites, HTTPL, all kinds of like security issues with the website, internet. And one thing I will suggest as well, check out a documentary on Netflix called The Social Dilemma. This kind of thing ties into all this kind of stuff in terms of how it could be worked and used. So definitely something to consider long term as a use case. Now, you've probably already noticed as well, everything that I've picked here have some sort of use case. Obviously, there's more coins out there. There's loads. Everyone's got different interests. But for me, how I justify an investment is an actual use case where it can actually solve some sort of problem in the space, or real use case what we use now. This is one for the internet, the web. Massively important, in my opinion, because without the internet, we all disappear. I'll be gone. You won't see me again. So simple. Anyways, hope you enjoy. Please do leave a like. Obviously, subscribe. Hit the bell button. And yeah, see you again tomorrow.